Okay, so this is a question I get asked all the time, be it on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, etc. So today I'm going to show you 3 foolproof methods to find your own Wonderkids in Football Manager. Hit like, hit subscribe, let's go. So the first method I use and have always used is the holiday method. So with this, you start off a game, you go to your profile, you go on holiday, and then you choose the longest period of holiday you can ever choose in Football Manager. It'll generally only let you do, I think, about 5 years at a time. So what you would probably want to do is do at least 7 years worth of holiday. So you do your 5-year holiday stint just by clicking the date and the year, clicking set, and return from holiday on that date. And then after the 5 years have passed, not in real life because that would take ages, there'd be 5 more Football Manager games to play. Go back in and do a few more years holiday, right? Then you can join a club and start scouting the players in the future. So it's a really, really simple method. It might take a little while to holiday, but you don't have to obviously sit at your computer while the game is holidaying. Then you take over a team that has a relatively decent scouting network. Be sure to choose the highest recruitment package you can, which is World, and then go about scouting players. You click on the first player, then click Shift on your keypad, scroll down to I think 50 players, I think you can do maximum, then click on that player, then right click on any of the players there. You can see we've got 23 people in this selection, and then go to Scout Player. You can see there, Scout for 1 week, for example. Now you can do that multiple times, so you don't have to scout 50 players then hit continue. You can do 50 players and then scout another 50 players and then scout another 50 players, and you can do a whole bunch of players and then hit continue. This strategy is best employed if you have the in-game editor. This way you can make sure that all players are visible in the search. Now the in-game editor does cost you a little bit of money. I think it's $5.99 or something. But if you're in the business of looking for Wonderkids, which I certainly am, it definitely goes a long, long way. Once the players are scouted, you can then have a little look at how your scout rates them. You can see here, A-star signings, etc. And straight away, we've got someone like Makuku, who we know is a Wonderkid at the start of the game. Next up, we've got Lorenzo Luca. Again, we know he's a Wonderkid at the start of the game. Then Mason Greenwood, etc. Now, it's worth noting that I have got a filter on here, which you potentially would have to use. Something similar. Is the player aged 25 between 45, right? Because we're 10 years in the future here, that would be the age that would make them Wonderkids age at the start of the game, which incidentally is anywhere up to 21. If you're over 21, you can't get the official media description of Wonderkid next to your name. Here I'm looking for players who are good at striking, so you could do the same, looking at finishing and composure, etc. But you don't need to have those in there. And then lastly, I've gone for a hidden attribute filter, which is current ability is at least 150, which is Wonderkid territory. That's method number 1. Now, it's not foolproof in and of itself because we know players' current and potential ability can be random from save to save, right? It's not always completely different, and more often than not, you will find that Wonderkids in save A are also potentially Wonderkids in save B, etc. But it's not always the case. Now let's move on to step number 2, which is the media description search. Now, to make our life a little bit easier here, I'm going to add an additional filter using the in-game editor here to focus on players who are aged 15 to 20 and have a current ability of 150 plus. Now, you wouldn't always need to filter it down like this, but this is just a way of me saving time, right? Say you've got a list of players here which are unfiltered. You then click on the menu bar at the top and right click on it. You then got the option to insert column. Once you've gone to the option of insert column, go down to, I think it's media or general, sorry, and you go across from general and find the option which says media description. Now it's not on here because we've already got it employed in our search bar, right? You've got recent scouting report, info, asking price, potential ability, name, and then media description. Under media description, you will find Wonderkids. If you haven't got a sufficient filter set up, which is not always possible, so you haven't got the editor, etc. Here, I'll delete current ability, for example. You'll then see that you get a lot more players, and not only a lot more players, but they're all jumbled up in terms of media description. If you hit the media description button at the top, it then sorts everyone's media description in that search result to alphabetical order, and then it's just a case of scrolling down, and this is why I set the filter, because it does take a while until you hit W, and then you'll find all the Wonderkids. You can see here we're on young midfielder. I think actually it's after young midfielder, to be honest. I can't remember exactly which one it's after. It's after a Y something. You can see we're on young striker now. Scrolling. Still scrolling. Still scrolling. Okay, maybe it's in front of young wingers. I scrolled right down to the bottom. Oh no, it's going to be before Y, isn't it? Because it's a W. Oh, what is wrong with me? The alphabet. W comes before Y. Okay, let's scroll up here. Okay, so we're on promising fullback, promising goalkeeper, promising midfielder, promising striker, promising winger, rangy striker, Tyler striker, winger. It's going to be after winger. There it is, Wonderkid. Okay, so it's after winger. And there you got all the Wonderkids here from 2031. And that's how you do it. Okay, so that's way number 1 and way number 2 to find your Wonderkids. Way number 3 is a bit of a cheeky one. It's using external apps. Now, the Football Manager 2022 editor is actually absolutely free to anybody who buys Football Manager 2022 on PC or Mac. And you can get it by heading onto Steam, then under Games and Tools, searching for Football Manager. And there you can see Football Manager editor. All you got to do is hit launch. Once you've hit launch, it will open up a quite a scary little like Football Manager database editor page, which takes some getting used to, and I'm still not perfect at using it myself, but I do know how to use it to find Wonderkids, so let me share that with you. If you click OK here when the first official database thing comes up, that will then load your database. Hopefully it won't take too long for you. Then, if you head down to people on the left-hand side menu, just by here, it will load up all the people in the game. Then, if you add a filter to contain potential ability, which searches for players, for example, with a potential ability range, which is in the region of 150 plus, which is Wonderkid status, you'll then find Wonderkids. So for example, I've got a filter here which I use called Wonderkids, which I will load up, and you can see it's got potential ability ranges from 150 to 200 here, and you can see it comes up and populates with all these juicy Wonderkids. This is the secret sauce. If you've watched it all the way through to this part of the video, congratulations. You don't need to watch any more of my videos because you can now find your own Wonderkids probably pretty quick. Maybe even quicker than me. And that's it. Now, there are, of course, other external apps you can use to find Wonderkids, like the FM Scouts website, for example. Follow me on TikTok. I do Wonderkids videos over there every single day. But apart from that, happy Wonderkids finding. Do hit like if the video has helped you out. Please hit subscribe if you are new and you want me to find more Wonderkids for you. And thanks for watching, ultimately. Peace.